FNL Vintage. Retro runway footage. Resurfaced interviews. And style archives. Revisit iconic collections. And celebrities. Of fashion seasons past.
So Cindy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be here. You know, because I am always on the fashion don't list. So I came here tonight. Yes. I came here tonight to hopefully find out about the fashion do's, because hopefully after this week I will be a fashion do.
Well, I think you look beautiful.
I know, don't I look good tonight? I had to put this outfit together by a stylist. See, when I dress myself, then I'm always a fashion dote. But when someone else dresses me, we'll see how I do tonight.
Well, I even get help to get dressed too. I mean, who knows everything?
We're just helpless, right?
Yeah.
I know. We can't do anything for ourselves.
So what have you been up to? What do you have in the works? Is there anything new and exciting?
Actually, yes, I am going to be on the cover of Playboy next month, doing my celebrity pictorial. It is actually 20 years in the making. So I'm doing their Christmas issue, the biggest issue of the year, and I have never done nudity before. So I've taken it all off for Mr. Hefner after 20 years of him begging me to do it.
So you have to say thank you very much, Cindy, when you see her next.
Yes, finally. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting ready to do, a big publicity tour for that.
And then that's coming out in September?
Comes out November 3rd.
Okay, so everyone make sure you go up, buy Playboy November 3rd,
Yes,
right?
It's very important because a portion of every issue sold goes to my charity, which is Resolve, the National Infertility Association. So I am helping everyone out there who is struggling to have a baby to help them have their miracle baby by posing nude. I know that correlation doesn't really make sense, but it does.
You know what? I would pose nude with you to help you with that. If you,
Oh,
if
you
you
would?
wanted to. Absolutely, why not?
Well, there you go. I'm going to hold you to that. We have that on tape now.
Yes, we do, and all these people are watching as well. So, is there a website for your charity that you're supporting that people can go look at?
CindyMargolis.com, and come by the issue and make a donation. And it's just really important to help all those families out there that want children.
Jimmy Jean-Louis from you're in Heroes.
Yeah, I'm on Heroes actually. Yeah, it's a wonderful show. You guys are gonna be so spoiled. The one that are watching it and the one that are not watching it should watch it.
That's right. You're all missing out. Give me some insight. Tell me some stuff that you're not supposed to tell me, so our viewers can know.
Hey, I might be in trouble, man, if I tell you anything. You know, I cannot speak. I mean, obviously, if you know anything about the show, I play the mysterious man, the one that can wipe people's memory. So I have a very big power.
Can you wipe my memory?
I've just done it. And
What's your name again?
Exactly.
Where are we at? I don't remember anything. Come on, man. Help me out here.
And also I have another movie called The Diary of a Tired Black Man. The Diary of a Tired Black Man. That's coming out soon.
What's going on? I see Fashion Week. You're walking in the front door. I got to grab you really quick and say, come on, man, talk to me. What's going on?
Well, you know, I've never been to a thing like this before with my wife. She's the one that got me in here.
Wow, she's very beautiful. Look at what she's wearing.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Angela.
And so I'm here to see the beautiful dresses and clothes and the beautiful women.
He's here to see the girls.
Hey, I'm here to see the girls, too.
He can look, but he cannot taste.
But
can't taste. I thought it was look but can't touch, but now it's look can't taste.
Yeah, well,
You gotta keep your tongue up
she
in your
knows
mouth.
me. When I have a couple of beers, a couple of bottles of wine, I get a little drunk and I start tasting women's necks.
You get one side, I'll get the other.
Yes, I get their necks and things. So now, I'm trying my best.
Kevon Hall.
I don't give a damn about no Kevon Hall. I don't even know him.
You care about the women, that's right.
Yeah, Kevon Hall. All of a sudden, who is Kevon Hall?
The designer.
Oh.
God bless you, Kevin Hall. Hope everything's successful with you. Let me go lick a girl's neck right now.
All right, let's
A man after my own taste. So what other projects you've been working on?
You know, I've been doing the Boondocks, the cartoon that I've been, it's on Cartoon Network. It'll be out again in February. We have a new season. It's called the Boondocks on the Adult Swim. And it's very blue.
Very blue.
I have an art gallery. Yes, we have an
Where's
art
your
gallery. It's in Burbank on Magnolia, and we sell high-end art, not no bulldogs smoking cigars, playing cards.
What are we going to expect? What are we going to see this season?
Wow. I think this season is my last time showing in LA. I want to move to New York to show, not move my company, but just to go start over there. We have done a couple of things different. First of all, my body conscious silhouette that used to be very popular, it's a little fade into like a new silhouette that is voluminous, that it has a lot of volume. The skirts have come up like quite short. The tops are still, beautiful. There's a lot of tailoring into the collection, but we have a very much more relaxed silhouette with a lot of volume.
And then what are the different colors that we're going to see from the color palette on your collection?
Well, it's summer, so it's spring and summer, so I wanted to do something really fresh, comfortable. Even the color needs to breed comfort, So beige, taupes, we're doing a story on pink. Gold is the main focus of the collection because it has a little bit of 80s sort of tone to it. So a lot of gold, a little bit of glitter. It's just a very beautiful, comfortable summer, a true summer palette.
When you sit down at the design table and start designing the patterns and deciding to pick the colors, where do you pull from? What's the inspiration?
It's a mix between the real woman who really will buy my clothes and the woman who will fantasize about looking fantastic on the runway, So it's a mix. I look into bringing a little bit of the New Yorker because New York, we want to be in New York. To bring a little bit of the 40s woman because that's what my customer is. And I also bring a little bit of my Hispanic, heritage, which is actually what brings the sexiness to my collection.
So Natasha, what have you been up to?
After finishing Commander-in-Chief last year, which was an amazing show, and I'm very sad to see it go, I just did a movie up in Canada for CTV called Would Be Kings, which was really such an amazing project, and it was my best dramatic role, very, very dramatic. And
did you pick up the A? Like, how you doing, A?
I'm Canadian, and you know what?
I'm sorry.
I actually. So the fact that you're here insulting my people?
No,
I'm
not
kidding,
insulting.
I'm kidding.
See, that was part of the dramatic role right there. She was like, oh, dramatic, I'm insulting your people, eh? I don't know.
Kidding, eh? You hoser?
How you doing?
Hoser? No.
No, exactly.
I left 17 years ago.
From where, Toronto?
From Newfoundland and Alberta.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland and raised in Alberta. And I am, no, I don't have the A. I left 17 years ago, so I kind of lost it. But if I look back at old video, I actually do see me with an accent, yeah.
People say that LA is actually little little Canada because so many like Jim Carrey, so many Canadians are here.
Yeah.
What are you wearing? I see you have a Hello Kitty sweater.
I believe I'm wearing Hello Kitty
Can
tonight.
you twirl for me? Here, I'll grab your hand and spin. Did you see that? So we're with Megan here at the after party at Roosevelt Hotel. The show was amazing.
Thank you.
Where did you pull from?
Well, I've been living pretty much my life in a hotel for the last, multiple hotels.
Here, Roosevelt Hotel?
Oh, I wish. No, I've been living my life pretty much in multiple hotels for the last year, all around the world. Nice hotels, cheesy hotels, and I've been drawing my inspiration from fabrics like the ottomans, drapes, and brocades. I mean, you can just look at my dress and pretty much kind of get inspiration, like brocades.
Can you
beads.
twirl for us? Look at her. Look at her go. Go, fabulous Megan. Go, fabulous Megan.
Yeah. And
are those your glasses?
yeah, these are actually from the show. And I just pretty much been drawing inspiration from just been traveling and staying in hotels. And when I'm with my friends, we play with nudie cards, and that's why I have the nudie card dress. And I mean, we drink beer, and that's pretty much the universal drink. And that's why I came up with the beer hats and the beer dress. And that's just where my collection came from.
And this is also yours too, right? Fabulous.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
the fabulous plate. So I mean, that's where I came up with all of the fabulous things. Is just my hotel trips and everything.
Now, what advice would you give someone that was interested in getting involved in this type of business?
My advice for someone that wants to get in this industry is really think twice about that. No, really, I mean, just be dedicated. You have to work long hours, really have the talent and drive and ambition. It's a really tough industry. I mean, it's a lot like the entertainment industry. It's really cutthroat.
And then how did you get started yourself? Like, what's the history of Fabulous Megan? I mean, I'm sure at one time you weren't always fabulous, but now you are.
Dork Megan. I started sewing when I was 4, so I mean, I pretty much grew up with a needle and thread in my hand. I mean, this is what I was pretty much born to do. But I don't know. I mean, I just have always really wanted to do this, and knew this was what my passion and my calling was. So, I mean, it wasn't ever a doubt in my mind that I just knew this was what I was going to do.
And what are the different colors we're going to see on the runway?
For me, I have a lot of brights mixed back with white, green, pink, orange, and also neutrals too. And I mix a lot of things back with navy. You know, and it's kind of staying away from black this season because, you know, we did a lot of black for fall. So it's like, try to switch it up and not give the girl the same thing. And just for spring, it's just so all about mixing it up and taking her out of what she's used to and kind of giving her something new.
So what have you been up to? Tell me all about everything.
Let me tell you, there's a lot going on these days, man. Well, first of all, the Supernova project is crazy. We did the Rockstar Supernova show all summer long. We sweated it out. We found a new singer for our band. Myself, Tommy Lee, and Jason Newsted got Lucas Rossi to sing for us. And we finished the record, and the record comes out November 21st, and the tour starts New Year's Eve in Vegas. That's how quick this stuff can happen.
Quick, man.
This stuff just
Wow. Is there a website that people can go log into to get information about it?
I think it's just rockstarsupernova.com. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we, you know, the show was 3 months long. It was on CBS, you know, so things happen fast, and it was all live. You know, so as soon as we picked them, you know, which was in September, we got into the studio immediately, and the record is done. And it, like I said, it's ready to come out already.
Hey, man, and your wife, we're backstage at your wife's show, Frankie B, which is also your daughter's name.
Absolutely, that's right.
And you must be proud of her.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, you know, it's crazy is, you know, since Daniela started this thing quite a long time ago, her rewards really are the shows, you know, is to get to see people's reactions. Because for the most part, you know, you're creative when you get to, you know, create all this stuff, but you really don't get to see people's reactions until you do a show. Right. And then you get everybody the oohs and the ahs, and you know, it's like a rock show. You know, I think it's a great thing for her to do.
She was saying earlier that her whole life with you, you guys have been together for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's this massive rock and roll influence in her design, and she said that we're going to see that today on her show tonight.
Yeah. Well, I gotta. I mean, you know, we are the couple that lives a rock and roll lifestyle. It's like all these people, you know, like use it as a marketing ploy. We live it. It's like our life is rock and roll. For as long as we've been together, you know, we've been going to concerts. I've been on tour for my whole life. She's been on planes, buses, trains, you know, everything. So she really knows it inside and out. And this show is actually kind of like her romance with rock and roll.
What's going on? What's new?
Okay, well, we're doing Velvet Revolver. We're doing our second record right now. We're in the studio with Rick Rubin, and probably have an early spring release. Really excited about this record.
I actually ran into Scott at Fashion Week in New York. Now we're in LA, of course. And he said that your band is the only dangerous band, and that when you guys go to perform, people never know what really to expect.
By dangerous, unpredictable.
Right, unpredictable.
And we really wear our heart on our sleeve, you know, emotionally when we play live, and when we go to write songs. And there's a lot, you know, in the music industry now, there's a lot of things that are just way too planned out. And we came up at a different time. And a time when there was punk rock, like real punk rock back in the day. And that sort of motif stays with us. You know, we came up in an era where you just kind of did what you wanted to do musically and didn't give a shit about labels or anything. So that's where we're at now.
And who inspired you? Who did you listen to when you were growing up?
Well, everybody. I came from a huge family. I'm the last 8 kids. So I grew up, you know, probably the Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Ramones? You like the Ramones?
Well, that was my time. So by the time I was 12 and 13, there was the Ramones, the Clash, the Pistols. Then hardcore came out, you know, with the Germs, Black Flag. And that's when I started playing in bands. I played in a bunch of hardcore bands, and you know, and I listened to a lot of R&B coming up. So then Prince, you know, his first couple records were late 70s, early 80s, and punk rock and Prince and everything kind of meshed together. And by the time I moved to LA in '84 and Guns came together, it was really just a mishmash of everything. That band was so influenced by everything from Nazareth to Black Flag. You know?
Now, we're sitting here and watching Daniela's designs, Frankie B. Do you see rock and roll in her clothes? She said that she's been married for 20 years now.
Yeah.
With one of your bandmates from Guns.
Yeah.
And she said that her influence is like big time from rock and roll.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw her wearing those pants which she would make for herself, back in 91 when Gilby got in the band, and they were just so cool and very rock and roll, and so rock and roll that guys in bands and girls who were hanging out, could you make me a pair of those pants?
I have to start asking her, make me some pants, make me some pants.
That's really how that was the genesis of Frankie B.
So what do you think about the show, Catherine?
First of all, I love Dina. I loved her clothes. I thought she did some new stuff actually for the new season. I love the polka dots, especially the different use of colors, everything for like the spring. I just love the way her clothes fit. That's why her dresses fit. That's why I love her so much.
What other designers are you planning to see during Fashion Week here in LA?
Justin Timberlake, I'm really looking forward to seeing because everyone's talking about that. I saw it in the newspaper, and gosh, I've been so busy working on my record that I haven't even.
Okay, tell me about your record. I want to know all about your record.
Oh, thanks. I'm really excited about my record. It's coming out very, very soon, and we're just working nonstop. I've been working with some fabulous people like Nate Hill and Chad Hugo and The Underdog. So it's going to be a really cool album, I think.
Do you have a release date yet?
We do. It's supposedly November 28th, but I keep hearing different things, so I have no control over it. So yeah, so as far as right now, it's November 28th.
And I'm assuming you have what is your fan website so people can go get more information about that?
Well, actually, we're in the process of creating a whole new look for. I think it's called Catherine McPhee. I think it's CatherineMcPhee.com. I'm not sure, but it's through RCA, my record label. But I do like to visit CatherineFans.com. It's a pure fan site that they created, and it'll probably be going down after I get my own things. But MySpace.
Thank you, all my fans.
Yeah, thank you to all my
MySpace?
fans.
What's your MySpace?
It's through the RCA. It's in my record label, but I'm gonna actually get more control over it and start doing weekly video chats and stuff like that, so my fans can look forward to that.
So all of you guys go to MySpace and check out.
Yeah, and journaling and stuff like that, so they can hear about my weeks and stuff like.
So what tips would you give to all the viewers out there about fashion?
Gosh.
What you like.
I think know your body is the one thing. No matter we're women. No matter what size you are, you can always look fabulous. Right. Which I didn't always do when I was heavier.
No, you look amazing.
Oh well, thank you. I had lots of people in the back of me.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing Dina Burrell.
And twirl. Let me take your hand. Twirl. Go. Oh yes. You see, she looks marvelous.
My fashion tips would just be less is more. I think natural beauty is obviously from the inside, so work on yourself, I guess.
We're backstage, as you guys know, because we've been running around at the Megan Fabulous show right here in LA, Smashbox Studios, and I am here with Mrs. Ross. That's right. Ooh. So tell me what's going on with yourself. Like, what are you up to? What's going on?
I'm the youngest daughter, the most low-key one that no one's ever seen, but I'm making my big debut, and I'm coming out today walking in the Megan Fabulous show. I'm so excited, but also very nervous because it's my first Fashion Week show ever.
Well, okay, let me give you some advice. I'll give you a little tip because I used to model a long time ago. Awesome. Just look into the lights and don't look right or left. Do not make any eye contact with anyone while you're walking on the runway.
I definitely won't. I'll take that advice.
Right, just look in the lights and just walk straight out. Think of someplace beautiful or whatever island you like, wherever, and then turn around and come right back. And you are fabulous, so you're going to look fabulous in your clothes.
I'm feeling fabulous. I'm super excited.
And you will survive, see?
I will survive. I won't sing because then I'll hurt your ears. I'm definitely not a singer, but...
So what's new and exciting? Anything else besides that, or just,
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the television hosting too, so I'm going to steal your job.
Oh.
Just kidding.
She wants to, okay, here. So
okay.
She wants to steal my job, so okay,
I like that. I like this, sitting with my back to you like this. This is a really funny way to give an interview.
So,
what's her name?
Rocco.
So I'm here with Rocco, Fashion News Live, and he's giving me some advice for the runway.
Right.
Tell me, some of my dresses are really low cut. What if my nipple comes out? What do I do?
Then you let the other one get exposed as well.
Work it.
It's
Just,
them.
just work it. Just
No, you
work it. Show your nipples.
Exactly. You know what? You just keep on walking and pretend like it never happened. We're backstage at the Megan Fabulous fashion show here in LA. I'm here with Omar, the lead hairstylist. Omar, what's happening with the hair?
The hair is totally sexy, vampy. It's got a little 60s feel, but just inspired. We're not totally going retro with the hair. We're keeping it very big, very full, very sexy. And we're just back combing it a little bit, doing some loose curls and some loose waves, just to make it really beachy and fun. So it's totally something you could have seen in the 60s, but something totally wearable today.
So, Omar, what would I have to do to get my hair so fabulous as people would see in the runway shows?
Yeah, no worries. You could actually start by...
I'm just messing with
you.
Getting extensions first of all, and then have you come...
Definitely, we could just put some loose curls into the hair, just at the very, very bottom. And then just with a brush, I'm just kind of taking the sections and just back combing, just brushing them a little bit, and really creating that height and that volume. So this could totally be done at home with like a GHD styler, and a brush.
So would I have to get extensions first?
Yeah, you definitely would.
Well, I want my hair to be fabulous like in the 60s, but I guess
on the guys, what we did is we just took our GHD stylers and we just straightened them all out and gave them sort of that greaser sort of look. So yeah, you just kind of would take like some wax and just push it straight back.
I could pull that off.
You could definitely pull that one
So I
off.
have to stick with the men version of the hair.
Yeah, the men version of the Meg Fabulous show, yeah.
What are we going to see in the runway this year?
Well, it's all about old school granny knitting, granny squares, lace doilies, psychedelic colors, embroidery.
Psychedelic colors. What kind of colors are we going to see?
Well, the inspiration is late 60s Woodstock. So we're going to see chartreuse green, bubblegum pink, the colors that you would see in the 60s, kind of I Dream of Jeannie, you know? Very 60s. It's very granny.
Where did
Pale
you?
blue.
So that's where all your inspiration came from.
Yeah, my granny.
Is it really your granny?
Yeah, it's my granny. Yeah, totally. Totally. I can envision her right now.
What about the cuts and the fabrics?
Oh, well, we always keep it super sexy. It's very AP, you know. It's we don't really stray from that. We do a very consistent kind of 70s cut because we're a knitwear company and knits are very 70s. The first swimsuits were knits. So I kind of stick to my my roots with that. But very sexy and chic.
Now, what about the dogs? Are they going to be in the show? I see the ladies over here.
Yeah, right. So, well, you know what? This is why I do this. It wouldn't be Fashion Week without my dogs.
Okay, so tell me about the dogs.
I have an organization. It's called Death Row Dogs, and it's dogs from the pound that they were going to euthanize. And at the last second, we pull them, and we place.
These dogs you save?
Rehabilitate them. And
Show us one. Show us one.
In most cases, we don't even have to rehabilitate them. They're already just so sweet and
So
loving.
what's this dog's name?
This is Chester.
Chester, are you enjoying Fashion Week? No. And what about that one?
And that's Gromit.
Gromit?
Yeah, Gromit.
Gromit, are you enjoying Fashion? They just kissed.
Listen, they're very happy to be out of the pound.
Ferranda, I find you here at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in LA. You look amazing. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing Sue Wong. I just left the Sue Wong show, and she has some absolutely amazing designs this year. So
Why don't you twirl so they can get you up and down?
definitely.
See, she looks so elegant, so beautiful, so flowy, the fabric. It's vibrant green, you see, it's right. So what are you up to now? You're an American Next Top Model.
Yes, I did America's Next Top Model, and after the show, it's just been a whirlwind effect. I mean, I've done appearance after appearance. I'm writing articles on good body image for young girls and teens. A lot of girls watch America's Next Top Model, and they think that in order to be beautiful, they need to be rail thin. They need to look the way that we look. And a lot of us, I mean, it's just natural. We don't plan it. I hated being thin. I never liked being thin until, the modeling.
Well, you look good.
Thank you. Until the modeling kind of validated how I felt about my body. So I just want girls to know that it's all about loving yourself, however your body's made, just to love your body.
So what was the best experience you've ever had when you were working with Tyra and the other girls? What was the best experience you've had?
My best experience was probably going to Thailand. I mean, just experience the culture. It's amazing culture. The people are so humble. I mean, and you go to a country that was just ravaged by the tsunami, and you kind of get a sense of what's important in life, what's really important. And it's not, I mean, fashion's great, but it's not those things. It's about helping people. And I mean, we went to Thailand and we did some community service. We got to meet the people. We got to see Phuket it was the year after the tsunami, and a lot of the areas are still affected by it. So, I mean, it was kind of a reality check. So I loved it there.
And what was the worst, most horrible, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this actually happened to me experience on the show? The worst, the very
Did you see when they had us falling off the tables? We were fairy tales and they wanted us to fall off the table. Right.
So you're doing a photo shoot and you're like, fall, and you had to fall like this or something?
And look pretty. I'm like, what does my face
Okay,
look like?
can you fall into me and look pretty? Hold on, let's try.
Let's try.
Okay, she's gonna fall into me and look pretty. All right, ready? Oh! Where do you pull from? Where does it all come from? I want to know all about it. The color palette. I want to know everything. What we're gonna see on the runway.
The thing is that it's constantly evolving, because when we first started with the color palette, they had pink in it and navy and other colors. And as we started breaking it down and actually making and cutting garments, we started realizing, well, a lot of these, to really make it strong and make a stronger statement, we realized that white and black felt more right. And often when you're making a garment, if it doesn't flow naturally and you feel like you have to force it, it's time to move away from it. And so you almost have to let it tell you what it needs to be.
What type of fabrics will we see? What type of cuts?
Very cinched waists. The accent is the waist. Volume in the skirts to show the femininity, so that you can actually see the silhouette of a woman. It's not by any means minimal. It's a lot of detail, a lot of textures and combinations of textures. Smooth to shiny to graphic to matte. And it's like all of these, sometimes 4 or 5 different fabrics on one garment.
And what are the colors for the Spring '07 collection in Vivid?
Well, for us, it's very much white into ivory, cream, and all the way into black. Everything accented with gold. It's a true way to show luxury, the gold jewelry, the gold buttons. It's very gilded in that sense, and to show that it is our top line.
And how did you get involved in the fashion industry designing? Is that like a long
Wow,
story?
that's a really long one, but
You can summarize it for us.
it's the love of clothing, honestly. Not knowing where they actually came from, how they were made, and I grew up an artist sketching, and not that in any way affected whether I wanted to or didn't want to do clothing, but it didn't hurt. And I always watched people, even as a child, how they dressed, and I would say, God, I wouldn't do that.
And I change like this, cut it like that.
And then as I started doing that, I actually started making clothing. So my mom taught me how to sew, she taught me how to use a machine and everything, and it all came together.
So now, on TV shows, they're doing all these reality shows about designing. So everyone's interested. The interest of design has escalated tremendously. And so many people want to get involved. Oh, I'm a designer doing this. I'm a designer doing that. What would your advice be to all those people out there that thinks, it's just so easy. They could just go to a show and become a reality star and do a designer?
It's actually far from easy, and a lot of people don't realize just the amount of work that goes into it, because it's one of those fields where if somebody says to you, oh, I'm really interested in becoming a designer, what do you say? I'd say, don't do it. It's like, unless it's driving force and it's your passion and it's something that you really truly want to do with all your heart, it's like it's not worth it to do something half-ass. You have to do it full force with everything you have.
Passion for it and have your whole heart into it.
Yeah, it's too difficult. It's honestly, all artistic fields are very difficult as they are, and if it's something that you just sort of want to do, it's not going to help anyone.